Okay, welcome to part 6 where we're working on the isometric of the exploded view of the X-Acto knife. Today we're going to be working on this piece here, which I don't remember what it's called. Anyway, we'll be building that, and if there's time, we're going to work on the arrows. So let's see what happens. Alright, so we did this handle last time. We need to get to our ortho and take the piece from here so that we can start to build it. Let's go back in our little building area here. Okay, so very similar to this, you build it like a cylinder. So let's go ahead to the circle tool and get the 2-point circle. Click the top and the bottom, and move it over. Typical conversion from orthographic to the isometric of a circle. Again, separate lesson have been done on this. At this point, I expect you to know how to do this or go back and refer to older lessons on how it's done. And just to save time, just faster and easier to just go ahead and do it. All right, so there's our conversion. And now we need to have the length, which we can get from this line right here on the quadrant. Important to find the quadrant. And 30 degrees. Have it from here, put it on the quadrant down here, and steal this ring, put it down on the end there. Let's trim out the back. And this little piece here, I've built this in the past, and this gets hidden behind. So you don't really need to make this piece. We do need to put in the hatch, which again, I'm having trouble finding this hatch, and it's kind of a waste of time during a video to spend all that time searching for it. So I'm going to just basically, I'll pick another random hatch, but it is important to go back and find the right one. Throw that one in, and 0.25. One thing that's consistent is 0.25 is working, will always work. That looks terrible. Let's just take 2 seconds just to see if we can find it. After all, it is the video. Let's try 138. Actually, let's get rid of this first. Get rid of the hatch. And go back in. 138 looks like a nice. You know what? I like that. Officially, we're going to use the ANSI 38 at an angle of 0 and 25. So at the end of the video, I'm going to go back and change everything because I prefer that one. Okay, so we just need to offset the front of this. So offset tool. In the past, 1/32 for our offset distance has worked very well for this. Bring that in. That finishes that piece. Double check against our reference here. Yep, other than the texture of the hatch, we're good. All right, let's go ahead and see how much time we have left here. We're doing okay. Let's go ahead and let's build some arrows. Let's get this out of the way. And let's get this out of the way. So to make the arrow, let's go ahead and steal an existing arrow, but you have to do something different. There seems to be a tendency to want to just change the angle of the arrow, but then it's not a true isometric. So let's break it down. Let's get rid of the hatch. And here's how it was originally built. So the rule is that if it's a vertical, it stays the same, but if it's a horizontal, it either goes 30 or 330. So let's get the rotate tool and take this horizontal line, make that 30 degrees. Now, we know this is 5/16 from here to here, but if we don't want to measure it, we can just put a temporary line in. Let us get rid of those two lines. And again, following the rule, let's change this to 30 degrees. Now you can see I'm setting up already for an isometric. Now we just connect the dots, get rid of the temporary line, and we're going to put a hatch in that is solid. There we go. And now we have a converted isometric arrow. I'll be looking for that when you put it together. All right, so let's see where things were laid out with the original. So you've got this piece, and then you've got the arrow. So I'm going to go ahead and put the arrowhead here, and then in the next tutorial, we're going to work on this curve right here. So let's go back. Let's get the move tool and put this right here. And it will get moved slightly later after we put in the curve. But for now, just as a sort of a reference, we'll do it. And let's also do this. Let's go ahead and grab the construction line. And let's go to the center, ortho on, and make a construction line infinitely straight across. And then we need to rotate from the centerpiece, and we'll make that 30 degrees. So now we have like some sort of a guideline to go off of. Move tool, grab this by the tip right there, ortho off, and let's bring it right about there. Okay, like I said, we'll put the curve in on the next tutorial. So that's the end of part 6, part 7 coming up next.